You're here right now watching this because you are interested in spirituality. You're wanting to manifest more into your life because you have a desired outcome, because you know that there's a power beyond your physical sight and you long for it and you want to develop it. You want to access it to create more of what you want, to be a positive energy in the world. I know that's what you want, but you feel like you're blocking it. You don't know why. You try all the things. You do all the visualizations. You practice the spiritual principles, but you keep feeling blocked. Raise your hand if that's you right now. Just get a little honest with yourself. Leave a little like below. If that's you, just get honest. Yeah, I want this, but I'm blocking it. What am I doing wrong? Why isn't this working? If that's you, then maybe you've been manifesting the wrong way. And on today's video, I'm going to give you a brand new perspective. That feeling of forcing and that feeling of pushing and striving, that is the number one thing that's actually blocking the miracles to flow naturally into your life. There's a beautiful message from the metaphysical text, A Course in Miracles, that miracles are natural, and when they're not occurring, something has gone wrong. So when we're not experiencing the natural flow of the miraculous in our life, if we're not experiencing circumstances that feel synchronistic and inspiration and creative energy flowing, then there's something that we're doing that's in the way. Now, don't judge yourself. Don't block yourself. Just listen up. I've got a path for you. In this video, I'm going to share with you the 4 most common manifesting mistakes. And I'm going to help you understand these mistakes, forgive yourself if you've made them, and help you get out of your own way. This is an important video because you might think you're doing all the right things, but the things that you're doing could be the exact block in the way of your desires. So let's take a moment and look at all of these blocks and start to adjust them. So the first step is to recognize where we're going wrong. I'm going to break down the biggest mistakes people make when they think that they're manifesting. The first mistake is manic manifesting. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know who you are. These are the folks who are doing all the things. They're reading the books. They're doing the affirmation cards. They're saying the mantras. They're meditating daily. They're doing their vision boards. And you're doing, but you're actually in the way of the allowing. And this is when you're so attached to that outcome that you're starting to micromanage the universe and you're trying to control the how and the when. And that's when your energy is tight and frantic and not relaxed and allowing. You're in the opposite energy of the art of allowing. And instead of trying to control, your job is actually to surrender. Surrender doesn't mean that you're giving up. It actually means that you're giving over, that you're getting out of the way of your dreams. And it's a conscious decision to sort of let go of that timeline. Stop focusing on the plan and the when and the how, and actually just get into the wonder of the universe. What is possible? Opening up each day and just seeing to yourself, what's possible? I have this desire, but what if it could be even bigger than this? And recognizing that all that doing and controlling is blocking the manifestation. In my own life recently, there's an area where I've been trying to control, and I've been trying to control for many years in this area and wanting it to be a different way. But all the doing to try to make it different was actually getting in the way of the miracle. And so as soon as I stopped doing and I just started to witness the situation and witness what was happening around me and put myself into this place of just giving it up almost in a good way, giving it up. Saying, I don't have the answers. I don't have the solution. I don't know how to get where I want to get to. The moment I gave it up, solutions started to present themselves to me. Why did that happen? Because I got out of the way, because I started to just get my hands out of it, to just pull back and just witness and just see the situation in a way where it wasn't me trying to force it to be something different, but instead to just hold hope for what I wanted it to be and then completely let it go. In the experience of just giving it up, I received so much clarity, direction, and spontaneous manifestations. So many things that I couldn't even have possibly imagined because I couldn't imagine them because all of my focus and my attention was on trying to control the outcome. As soon as I stopped controlling the outcome, I stopped putting my focus on the wrong thing. And in that place of just being in that surrendered state of literally giving it up, saying, Hail Mary, I don't know what to do here. I'm going to give it over. I was given the direction and the clarity and the inspiration to make the right choices. And now the situation is actually working itself out. So if there's a relationship that you want to attract in your life, stop doing, and just maybe give it up for a month. Give it up. Say, I'm going to give this to the universe. Show me what to do. I'm going to get my hands out of this. If there's a job that you want to attract, give it up. Stop obsessing about the how and the when. Give it up. Yeah, you still take action. You're going to put your resume out, but you're giving up the outcome. When you give up the outcome, you stop manic manifesting and you open up your conscious awareness to the possibilities beyond your logic and your reason. And those possibilities are endless, but we can't see those possibilities when we're in that controlling, when our hands are in the mix. We have to take our hands off the wheel. We have to give it over and just let the universe show us what to do. This is the first block, and that's the first step. For the next 7 days, say this affirmation. Thank you, universe, for taking this desire from me. Show me what to do. Giving it over to the universe allows you to get your hands off the wheel and to give it over so that you can be guided to the next right action and to the wild synchronicities and to all the possibilities that the universe can reveal to you. And this is a big topic I'm addressing right now at this time of year. We're in my manifesting challenge season, and all the details are at the link below. But in the manifesting challenge, I'm giving you tools to actually manifest. But some of the biggest and most important methods in the challenge are about surrender, are about how to give it over, how to let go and allow, and how to trust that the universe is guiding you. So again, if you want to join the manifesting challenge, just click the link in the description. It's the coolest thing I do. Now, the next big mistake that we make when we're manifesting is we focus on the form, not the feeling. I remember this metaphor that I once heard Marianne Williamson share in a talk. She's described it like there's this big Baroque frame, and we're so focused on the frame and what we think we want that we forget about the content within the frame. And so we want to focus on the content, not the form, not the frame around it. We want to focus on the content. Now, what is the content within our desire? It's the feeling, it's the energy. And the mistake that we make is being completely focused on the form of the desire, the exact job, the specific amount of money, instead of feeling the feeling behind it. When we get rigid with that checklist, we limit what we actually can receive, and we limit what the universe can deliver to us. So the idea is to get clear about how we want to feel. Do you want to feel abundant? Do you want to feel free? Do you want to feel loved? I want to feel supported. That's the feeling I'm always wanting to manifest. I want to feel supported. When you focus on the feeling, you actually become a match for anything that can bring you that feeling. You start to match your energy with that feeling. And often this happens in ways that are really magnificent and in ways that you couldn't ever have planned. And for me, I know that right now I'm wanting to manifest more support. And by focusing on the feeling of support, I've become unapologetic about the support that I want to receive. And then when I'm in dialogue with people who are in a role that is meant to support me, I'm able to ask for what I want. I'm able to speak freely about my desires. I'm able to stop doing it all and let people do for me. And that's because I've been in the energy of feeling the feeling of what it feels like to be supported. And by assuming that feeling, remember, this is the art of assumption, assuming that feeling has allowed me to begin to receive it in my life because I now am a match for it. So now you're feeling the feeling. But what happens if you're over spiritualizing? And this is what I call spiritual bypassing. And it's a huge block to your manifesting power. It's a big one. It's when you try to slap a positive affirmation on top of a deep-seated wound and a fear that you need to address, or you're saying things like, I am abundant, when underneath it, there's a part of you that feels so unworthy of abundance. When you're affirming things that you don't believe in, the problem is your energy doesn't lie. You can pretend you're okay, but you're not. The practice here is to actually stop overriding our big feelings or spiritually bypassing our experiences and start to gently and lovingly tend inward and really address the core emotions that are happening inside so that we can actually give ourselves permission to focus on the parts of us that need some love, and acknowledging that fear and acknowledging that feeling is the first step to healing it. And this is the real work of manifesting, which is to heal the parts of yourself and the wounded parts of yourself. And this is why I actually say that my book, Self-Help, is my greatest manifesting book of all, because in that book, I'm teaching a therapy called internal family systems therapy. And that practice is a 4-step practice of focusing and getting into relationship with the parts of yourself that feel unworthy, that feel unlovable, that feel inadequate. And all those parts of ourselves can't be overridden by spiritual practice. We can't slap a spiritual practice on top of a feeling of unworthiness, because that feeling of unworthiness is going to be way stronger than any affirmation. The feelings don't lie. So we have to address those core wounds. And I think if you're someone who's like, yeah, that sounds really good, Gabby, but how do I do it? Well, good news. I wrote a book for you. It's called Self-Help. This is your chance to change your life. I definitely would suggest taking that step further. If you're somebody who's feeling like I'm unworthy of what I desire, or my feelings of inadequacy are blocking me, or my feelings of this is too good to be true are blocking me from being able to attract, the greatest manifesting book I've ever written is Self-Help, because that's a practice of changing the beliefs. And remember, I've said this 1,000 times. You manifest what you believe. So we have to heal the core beliefs that block the manifesting. And again, this is a 4-step practice. It's very easy to apply. And there's videos that we have about it, but also just grab the book. The book will guide you through this. And that will be your best step to making these changes. Even in my manifesting challenge, I address spiritual bypassing. I'm really clear that we're not there to try to override our big feelings. And there's even practices in the challenge that help you tend to those feelings and get honest about those feelings, but also being in a high vibrational frequency. So the thing I want you to recognize is that you can be working on those big core wounds and still manifesting what you want. Why? Because you are witnessing the wounds. You're the non-judgmental witness of the fears that are inside, or the feelings that are feeling out of balance with what it is that you desire. And you're not wiping them out or spiritually bypassing them or overriding them with some affirmation. You're just focusing some attention to them. You're getting into a relationship with them. And so 2 things can be true. You can be tending to deep feelings that have been with you for a long time and being in a high vibrational state and attracting what you desire. 2 things can be true. So it's not scary and it's not wrong to focus on your big feelings. And that's an important step to stop blocking your manifesting. And finally, the biggest mistake that people make is that they're waiting to see it before they believe it. This is a huge mistake. You're waiting for the evidence before you have the faith. And you have that quite backward. You have to feel it first. You have to believe it first. You have to have that energy and that sensation inside of you to actually allow what it is that you want to come into your life. You have to feel that freedom. You have to feel that abundance. You have to feel that support, the support that I know I want. I have to start to feel it inside and notice, what does it feel like? My stomach is relaxed. My jaw is relaxed. I feel like things are happening around me and I'm just being taken care of, and feeling into that supportive energy. So feeling the feeling and assuming that energy, and really recognizing that the feeling shifting is when the circumstances start to shift. So be the source of energy that you want to attract. And when you cultivate that really powerful energy, that's when you start to become a magnet for that desire. There's this beautiful story that Wayne Dyer shared in one of his talks. And it's about this boy named Teddy. And he was a student in Mrs. Thompson's class. And he believed that he would one day be the president of the United States. And the other children were constantly ridiculing him for this really seemingly impossible dream that he had. And they made fun of him. And Mrs. Thompson, his teacher, who understood the power of visualization, told him that if he truly believed he would be president, he should act like it and not worry about what the other kids were saying to him and how he was being bullied around it. And so she encouraged him to see himself as president every single day, to believe it, to feel it in his heart, and to not let any of their doubts sway his conviction. And years later, after Teddy became the president, he sent Miss Thompson a letter thanking her for believing in him and for helping him see it to the end. And he said he had to believe it before he could see it. And the story shows us how a person's belief can lead them to achieve their goals and their dreams, even when others are skeptical. So just like Teddy, you need to feel it first. So the clear path is this. It's not working harder. It's not about pushing past your feelings. It's about releasing control and starting to surrender and using your affirmation. Thank you, universe, for taking this from me and show me what to do. And it's about focusing on the feeling and not the form, getting into that energy of what it feels like to attract, and to stop bypassing fear by trying to heal it, by maybe picking up the book Self-Help, or maybe opening your heart to going to a therapy session and doing deeper work around this practice. And then embodying the energy of that desire now and just being it now, experiencing it now. And making these shifts is really a beautiful daily practice. And if you're ready for me to guide you as your manifesting coach, I welcome you to join me for my 21-day manifesting challenge, where you can learn how to master these principles and make that energetic alignment the new normal for you. And so join me for the 21-day manifesting challenge. The transformation is totally possible. I can show you every step of the way. I'm going to take out all the guesswork. And the link is in the description. And I'm definitely going to encourage you to join me for this. So I want to thank you for watching. And I just want you to know that having this experience of going on this journey of developing these new practices might feel a little bit uncomfortable because you may have been living in this way where you're pushing and you're controlling or you're manic manifesting. Please don't judge yourself for whatever was yesterday or even this morning. I want you to remember that you can begin again at any moment. So right here, right now, you can begin again. You can choose to witness the ways that you might have been manic manifesting and just start to change the patterns, to see yourself in a different way, to see yourself in a different light, and to know that there's so many tools to help you change that inner experience so you can see it before you believe it. And so now, my friends, if you love this, subscribe to our channel, click that like, click a comment below. Let me know if you have any questions. And I definitely hope to see you inside the Manifesting Challenge so we can really do this work together and I can be your coach for the 21 days and give you all of my manifesting playbook. So I love you. Stick around for more. I can't wait to see you next week. If you like this video and you want to get more Gabby, check out the next one right over here.